Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
That return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The ball carrier.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
First and 10 at the 30.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
7, Panthers nothing.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson.
Bridgewater's pass.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Carolina.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
He's across midfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line.
Gain of 18 on the play. First down, Panthers.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
8 yards to go.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Antonio Brown on the return. The Bucs take over first and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
47-yard line.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and inches at the 43-yard line.
Brady's throw there complete. The 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talk.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. players all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Pretty good 1st down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And now look at him go. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Buccaneers.
Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted it a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Panthers 3. The kickoff.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in a second.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Succop for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Panthers 3. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Carolina.
From the gun, a run with Cannon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 20.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
19 yards.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
Panthers.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. 5 down. Rep. Shoot.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was tackled.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Watch the slants.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey. His 2nd touchdown on the season. They're able to draw a bit closer.
For the point after.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
The score, Buccaneers 35, Panthers 10. Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
at their own 25-yard
The
line.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Coming to you, coming. Delta. Check out.
McCaffrey, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Throwing on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 32-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando, there standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
And it's 3rd down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
1st down, Panthers.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Watch the rule. 5 down.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Buccaneers.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Catch there by DJ Moore, who's really starting to come into his own. And he's one of that pack of receivers in the NFL now that looks like running backs and plays like that as well when they catch the football. Last year, nearly 1,200 yards receiving, 78 yards per game, and that ranked in the top 10 in the league. Expect those numbers to continue to grow.
Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Throwing again. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
What a game for this offense and the 43-year-old QB Tom Brady. And, hey, if they get points here, they can finally surpass his age on the scoreboard. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamental.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
makes the score Buccaneers 52.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this pass.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but just show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Yards on the return that time. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
At the Panthers' 48-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Shotgun now for Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Brady to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones there to make the grab. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Score, Buccaneers 59, Panthers 10. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Panthers take over first and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Bridgewater. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it'll be 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Bridgewater now. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 high. Stay with your man.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Brady on third down. Flush to his right, and that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he returns this to the 22.
Trenton Cannon on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll run with McCaffrey. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
69. Panthers 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
12 yards there and a first down.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Buccaneers 69.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking, they think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bucs, it's a win here in their home opener.